Light bearers, what's up, family? Welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. If you are truly a light bearer, if you truly are a carrier of this light, then I release into your life an abundance of love, peace, power, and prosperity. Please receive that by faith. The good book said, "Be it unto you according to your faith," not according to what it looks like, what you read about, what it feels like, what you heard, what everybody's going through. Be it unto you according to your faith. Without faith, without works, it is impossible to please him. So, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host again, Brother Minister Mongoose. If you're not familiar with the channel, this is a unique ministry. I'm a different kind of minister. What makes this ministry unique is that it's not based on religiosity. It's based on experiential philosophy, ISSA certified fitness training, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices. So it's a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry where all of the services that I just mentioned are merged, balanced, and synthesized, and then presented to you in an effort to help you operate at a premium mentally, physically, and spiritually. For more information about the ministry and for some very important and relevant disclosure type of information about myself, please watch a video that's titled Minister Mongoose Introduction and Services. And then for some additional information in both of those regards, you can also watch a video titled The Mongoose Mindset. Hey, listen, I appreciate all of the love and support. It's important that you know that all of these services can be provided to you right here online via Zoom, via Skype, and via FaceTime. And again, as I mentioned, it's an evangelical ministry. It's a holistic evangelical ministry, so I travel throughout the entire United States doing what's most commonly referred to as evangelical work or evangelizing. So I do appreciate all the love and support. We're going to be getting into chapter 8 today, where we're having an ongoing series, or we're in the midst of an ongoing series titled Targeted Individuals and the Perpetrators. If you haven't watched the previous 7 chapters, please do so. There's tons of information in there that's put to the best of my God-given ability in a very precise chronological order. And so check those out if you haven't already checked them out, and then they just kind of roll right on into what may likely be the last 1 to 2 chapters in this series. This chapter 8, we're going to be talking about some signs, some symbols, some indications that may let you know, or that can give you some heads up that either you or someone that you know, maybe it's someone that you've came across in the past or may come across in the future, and again, maybe you yourself, could very well be an angel in human form. As I mentioned in some of the previous topics, there's a whole host, which I won't get back into in this video, but there's a whole host of philosophies, spiritual teachings, religions that predate the Bible, mythological teachings that refer to, and not just ancient mystical and what we would call past tense type of religion, even modern day religions, the so-called spiritual awakening and the spiritually the spiritual age of modern times are also making note, making reference, putting out literature about the fact that angels, both heavenly angels and demonic fallen angels, can and oftentimes does take on human form. And again, I'm not going to regurgitate that information. Watch the previous videos if you would, please, or simply reach out to this ministry, and I would be honored to provide you with some information, some study material that you can investigate and reach your own conclusion as to this particular truth. A couple examples is movies such as The Exorcisms. We know television, movies, television, telling a vision. It's telling you a vision about something that does really exist, something that may be coming in the future, something that may be taking place, something that may have taken place in the past, but it's television. And it's not, more and more people are becoming aware of the fact that television is not, oftentimes, it's not just entertainment, but it's education. It's information that's concealed and hidden under the guise of entertainment. And this is why the good book says, let those see who have the eyes to see. Let those hear who have the ears to hear. Which means that not everybody that has eyes, not everybody that has the ears to hear. You understand? But movies like The Exorcisms, The Exorcist, where these demons, these fallen angels have embodied a human being and have taken up host within them, so that human basically becomes just a vessel for that demonic spirit. There's also a reference in Matthew chapter 8, verse 28, where this person that we most commonly refer to as Christ came across two men who were demon possessed within some tombs. And so it's known, it's documented that when these demons, these fallen angels, which is where we're going to be putting the focus of this chapter on, and then in the following chapter, I'll talk about some signs and some indications of a heavenly angel within a human, that's taking on human form. But we know that when these demonic fallen angels take on human form, that person becomes just a vessel. That human being, that physical body becomes just a vessel, and the thoughts, the emotions, the activities, all of these things are controlled by the demonic entity that has taken control of these people. And so while some of these signs, some of these symbols, some of these indications that I'm going to be set forth, while they may very well be an indication, a heads up that you could be dealing with, again, a fallen angel in this particular chapter, we have to be discerning. We have to go to Heavenly Father in prayer, because just because someone has these signs does not in and of itself means that they are demonically possessed or that they are a fallen angel in human form. It's just something that you want to make note of. And if one or more or several or all of these things are present, then you definitely want to go into prayer. You can't discern this from an intellectual standpoint, from a research, from a study standpoint. You can't even discern this necessarily from a religion standpoint. It has to be a spiritual thing. You have to go directly to Heavenly Father for that discernment. But let's get into some of these things real quick. God bless me. Let's get into, and excuse me, guys. Let's get into a few of these things. Things that can let you know that you may want to just be aware, just be conscious, just be discerning of the people that you are around. Because these things, they could, and maybe they don't, but they could be a clear-cut indication, warning that you are in the presence of a human being that is totally demonically possessed, that a fallen angel has embodied them, and you're not dealing with a human, just simply the vessel or the shell of a human being. One of the signs that you should be aware of is that these people have totally bad, totally negative, totally corrupt energy. That's a key point, guys. Men lie, women lie, kids lie. But energy doesn't lie. And again, just because someone has this bad energy, at the risk of redundancy, that doesn't mean that they are a fallen angel in human disguise. But it's been my personal experience, as well as the experience of those that I've counseled, that the people that are demonically possessed, that have been taken over by demonic forces, fallen angels, the energy from these people is far more negative than the most day-to-day negative person that you would come across. And I don't care if there's someone that you came across in traffic, if it's someone you deal with on a daily basis in the workplace, sometimes, unfortunately, even in your household. Pardon me. The negative energy that's emitted from these people that are human or fallen angels in human form, their negative is times 1,000 when it comes to being palpable, being upfront, being something that can literally drain you of your energy. Like you can spend just a little bit of time in these people's presence. Just a little bit of time, and you will leave feeling like you just ran a marathon right after you did a triathlon. You will be totally drained. And you could have been just standing by the water cooler. You could have been at the picnic table, getting an order from McDonald's, whatever. When you come across these people, that energy just, it's almost like it's seeking to consume you. It wants to drag you in. And you just notice that you were feeling great, you were feeling carefree, you was in a good place, and you're wondering, what happened? It's that person, whether you were aware of it or not, or maybe you didn't notice it while you was in the presence of that person, but you noticed that when you left, all of a sudden, you became irritated, agitated, you became drained, you felt like you needed to take a nap. And that could be a clear indication that that person or those people that you were around were actually demons that was existing in the form of a human being. They were falling angels. And all they know, if you pay attention, all they know, all that you do when you're around that person, again, whether it's a person that you see daily, if it's a person that you come across every now and again, or maybe just once, you notice that they're killjoys. Whatever sunshine you was walking on, whatever optimism, whatever faith, whatever frequency of kindness and humbleness that you are operating on, when you come around those people, that dissipates, if not disappears, if not totally just removes itself, like it's drained out of you. They're killjoys. Oftentimes you also feel unsafe around these people. Doesn't matter if you are a 6'9", 250-pound guy, ripped and shredded, strong, in great shape. You could come across a teenager, a toddler, an old lady, a smaller, much smaller guy, a young lady, but you just don't feel safe. You feel like you need to be on point. You feel like you need to be aware. You feel like you need to be on guard. You feel like there's a safety issue when you're in the presence of that person. Again, another indication that that could very well be a demon that's consumed a human being. And don't give me this misguided notion that, oh, those are just children. There's Bible precedents for children being demonically possessed. There's Bible precedents for prophets and angels sent to destroy every man, woman, boy, and girl within a city because they all were evil. So don't fall for the okie doke thinking that it is just a child. We're living in the days of the apocalypse, which means the unveiling, the truth about all of this, about who's who and what's what. We all have a certain degree of discernment, and if you sense that type of negative energy in that child, that infant, that old man, that old lady, and you discard that, then you do so at your own peril, because you have that discernment, and you need to trust that discernment beyond whether it's a 6'11", 250-pound, 280-pound guy, or an old man on a cane, a little baby in a walker. Obviously, how you deal with it is going to be different. If it's a little baby in a walker, you're just going to try to go on about your business, but you're still going to feel, hey, I need to go on about my business. That felt unsafe. I felt like I needed to be on guard, even though that's just a little baby. So that protocol and how you deal with that may be different than if you're dealing with a 6'9", 6'11", 300-pound guy, then how you deal with that is just the same. But either way, that discernment that something feels unsafe, the joy, the killjoy, that presence is there. The totally negative energy, the draining of the life, the enthusiasm, the bounce, the swag, all those things are being vastly withdrew from you. Then you need to take the appropriate steps and remove yourself from that situation. If it's a small child and or a 6'11", 350-pound man. Another thing that could be an indication, that could be a clear, pardon me guys, you can go that way if you want. Or another clear indication could definitely be that these people have a certain, the most precise and concise word would be evil. Like these people have a certain evil in their eyes. There's something when you look into these people's eyes, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when you look into these people's eyes, you basically see a vast emptiness. There's nothing there. There's no life. There's no love. There's no compassion. There's no empathy. There's no reasoning, no rationale. It's just an empty person. Like if you look in their eyes, you can pretty much see. That's the best way that I can explain it. You can pretty much see emptiness. You can look into their eyes and see absolutely nothing there. Oftentimes they also have real dark eyes, very little to sometimes even no white in their eyes. It's just all black, it's all dark. You also notice that these people have weird body gestures. Their body language is weird, whether it's with their hand signs, the way they stand, It's just something off about them. And it comes to their body language and their physical presence and their gestures. And again, don't take the misguided step that you're thinking too much or you're reading too much into it. You know, all of the secret societies, the Masons and all the rest of them, they do communicate with hands, with facial gestures, body gestures, the way they stand. A Mason can walk into a room and stand a certain way, and another Mason on the other side of the room that's been initiated into that belief system, then they could stand in a way that lets them know, okay, they acknowledge them and they got a communication with that person. That stance means something else, and then that guy or this girl changes their stance and communicates with that person. Then they make a facial expression or pull on their tie, and all these things mean something in those realms, and they also mean something in the realm of these people that could very well be demonic angels that have taken on human form. When it comes to their conduct and their behavior, you notice that these people are, again, narcissistic times 1,000. They are narcissistic times 1,000. They need your attention. They do whatever they can to get your attention. If it's slamming something around, if it's walking by, dropping something on the floor, clanging something against the wall, they don't care if it's a notebook or if it's their head against the wall. Whatever they have to do to get your attention, this is what these people do. This is what they're into. Those that could be possessed with demons. Narcissistic times 1,000. And you'll notice that when you ignore these people, they become openly violent, openly hostile is a better word. Mentally, emotionally, and or physically. Like they'll become hostile. Their face will scrunch up. They'll start mean mugging. You know, they'll start making all kinds of weird sounds. They'll start walking by very close into your personal space. They'll start standing in your personal space. And they will try to intimidate, if not all out, attack you physically. So, another thing that you'll notice is that if you don't give these people any attention, you'll see them around the office, around the Walmart, around the family picnic, whatever it is. You'll see them, and just based on your discernment, you can tell that they're spreading rumors about you, or they're trying to trigger someone else, or trick and convince someone else to get in on the show, to get in on trying to get some attention from you, trying to bring you down. Their acts and their deeds in this regards is pathetic. They're mean, they're foul, they're destructive, and they're always negative. Always, again, extremely negative. This is not the negativity that you come across somebody and they're having a bad day. Maybe even you come across somebody that's having a horrible day. These people, their energy is that times 1,000. You also notice, or another indication that you could be dealing with a demonic angel that's taking on human form, is that these people become highly irritated at even the slightest bit of joy. Even the slightest bit of genuine laughter or happiness, it triggers these people. And they lash out. They lash out. They can't stand it. It's kryptonite to them, and they let it be known. So again, just want you to be discerning. Consider this. Go to Heavenly Father in prayer, because we are living in a day and times where a lot of people may be exhibiting some of these symptoms. And it does not mean that they are a fallen angel in human form. But it does mean that they could very well be. They may very well be. So be discerning. Anytime you come around somebody that's always trying to provoke you into an argument, provoke you into anger, trying to trick you or have a conversation that leads you away from the faith that you were on, and they want to start talking about whether it's the economy or whether you didn't get the job promotion, there's a new boss that's going to be real mean, whatever the case may be, they're always trying to trick you into fear, into sadness, and they're always trying to provoke you into an argument, to some kind of competition. Always. The good book says that the enemy comes only to kill, steal, lie, and destroy. So these people they never have anything good to say. Unless it's something they're saying something good and it's fakery. And you can see right through it. Like, you can tell these people don't like you. You can tell these people have it out for you. And you can tell that when they do come with something so-called nice to say, it's all fake, it's all phony, it's a fugazi, and you can see right through that. And the fact that you can see right through it just irritates these people even more. The personality is over the top rude. Again, not like somebody that's having a bad day, not like somebody that's going through a bad season in their life. It's that times 1,000. They're very obnoxious, always condescending, always trying to belittle someone, always mean, always arrogant. Those are just some of the scrape the top of the surface, if you will, in terms of some things that you need to be aware of that could be indications to you that that person, no matter how much money they have, no matter how fly they look, no matter how much political influence they have, how many friends they have, what they're driving, those kinds of people may very well be demonically possessed. They may have turned themselves over to the point to where they are totally demonically possessed, or they have crossed the threshold to where an actual fallen angel has entered into them, and they're no longer the person that you loved, that you once loved. They're no longer the person that is the old man or the old lady in the wheelchair. They're no longer the person that you would try to have empathy and reach out for with words of encouragement and kindness. They're no longer that person. They are 100% demonically possessed. And those are just some telltale signs of what you need to be aware of. Now, that list, again, is just a scratch the surface type of list, just to give you some idea. If you'd like more information on how you can discern, how you can add even more discernment into, okay, well, how do I know this guy's just not having a bad day? How do I know this girl is not just a day-to-day narcissist? How do I know this person is just not, going through that because it's a divorce, they lost their house? How can you know? Discernment is the key way. But if you'd like some more specifics, some game plans, some things that I do personally when I enter into a room, whether it's people that I know are operating with those low energy vibrations, or if it's a totally neutral room, or if it's a room I've never been in before, a park, a public place, a stadium, whatever. Some steps that I do to read the environments. That's very effective, and it's very, it's result oriented. It's result oriented, and it keeps me from having to go into the guesswork and possibly leave myself vulnerable because this guy or this girl has a nice smile and everybody seems to be like them. They have a pleasant, on the surface personality. You can discern right through that and know the enemy Lucifer masquerades or was once upon a time a angel of light. So they come with smiles, they come with gifts, they come with compliments. But if you feel that discernment and you just wait the course and you just kind of stay neutral, and you know what, I'm just going to see where this is leading. I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be polite, I'm going to be respectful, but I'm also going to pay attention to this energy. It's only so long that they could masquerade that fakery. And then ultimately, if that feeling is there, ultimately, they will reveal their jealousy, their hatred, their envy, their bias, their arrogance, all of these things. So if you'd like some more information on how you can be even more discerning when it comes to being able to distinguish of whether or not that person is a fallen angel that's taken on human form, or that person is just a day-to-day, what we would call a narcissist, malignant, or just a day-to-day narcissist, or if they're just somebody that's just in a funk at that particular moment. Discernment can help you through all of these things, but those are definitely some signs that you want to be aware of. So with that, I'll get out of here, guys. I trust that this message was edifying to you. If it was and you'd like to give back, then please, there's several ways that you can do so. A lot of these ways are posted in a video titled Ministry Support Options. Please check it out. You can also give back, certainly by subscribing to the channel if you aren't already subscribed, and by hitting the thumbs up button. This way you help grow this ministry by way of the YouTube algorithm, meaning this ministry is available to help and pass these fruitful messages to even more people. And when you hit that share button, then you personally help someone else. When you hit that share button, you take this fruitful message that was beneficial to you, press the share button, pay that message forward, then you help someone else personally, and you also plant a personal seed for an abundant harvest coming back to you, because he has promised that he is a helper to those who are a helper of others. If you'd like to receive a notification every time I upload a new message, then please hit the bell icon. I would humbly request also that you please go to the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And if you're interested in any of the services, whether it's right here online, me evangelizing in your city, your state, your neighborhood, if you'd like to get some information on how that could works out and the steps that are involved and the requirements that are involved for that, either way, please send me an email at realdealmunoz@gmail.com. And if you'd like to make a monetary donation to this ministry, please go to my Cash App at $EASTBOOGIEPAYDAY. That's what I got for you guys. Before I get out of here, as always, I want to encourage you guys to be sharp, be smart, be strong, and be safe. Be happy, be healthy, be humble, and always be courageous. While you simultaneously always remember that there's only two paths in life. One of these paths leads to death, degradation, and the destruction of one's eternal soul. The other path leads to life, love, power, purpose, fulfillment, and the salvation of one's eternal soul. Between those two choices, in your hand lies the choice. So please, choose wise. That's what I got for you guys. I appreciate all of the love and all of the support. I will see you guys in the next chapter, where we'll talk about some signs, some indications that you or someone you know could very well be a heavenly angel. The good book says that be careful. Some of the good books are, depending on the version that you're reading, some say be careful, some say be mindful, some say be sure. Some even say be prayerful when you entertain strangers, because you could be entertaining an angel unknowing. That unknowing means you could not know that that's an angel, and you're mistreating someone that you should be embracing, and you're embracing someone, or you're embracing someone that you should be shunning. So you may not know it's an angel, and they may not know they're an angel. They may not have awakened to that reality, to that truth yet. So the unknowing could be you not knowing they're an angel, or they could also not know that they're an angel. But either way, we'll be talking about some signs and some indication that you could be dealing with a heavenly angel, or you could very well. I know it's kind of sounds way out there, but we're going to talk about some signs and some indications that if you've experienced this, or you know someone who are experiencing this, then you might want to consider that. And as always, go to prayer, and Heavenly Father will be the lamp unto your feet. That's what I got for you guys. Again, I appreciate all the love and support. I'm out. I'll see you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.